Ryan, what did that moment mean to you to A, get the hit, and then B, the kind of curtain call at the end?
I think every decision and choice I made has led up to that moment. The choice to come here, the choice to stay here, the choice to keep working, just day in and day out, no matter what the result is. It meant a lot. It meant a lot to me, it meant a lot to my family, and just happy to get the job done for the team.
Did you have any idea that you might get the pinch hit, or were you kind of standing out there at first like, am I gonna
Honestly,
get some?
I was standing out there. I saw them kind of like making hand gestures, motions, and I'm like, it's probably for me, but I'm just gonna stand here and look cool. But whenever Mike came out running, and that's kind of when I knew my at bat started. So that's pretty much it.
I mean, it's pretty rare the circumstances that you're in, but it adds a little bit to the suspense of having to make the slow pitch softball mid-inning batter change, right?
Yeah, it was something that I was kind of hoping to happen, and it did. But even if it didn't happen, just to be there on first with the guys and make sure they're listening to me, make sure they get the signs right, just being with them in the dugout too. Whole goal is just to be there for them, no matter if it's playing, no matter whether I'm in the dugout or on first base, just being there for them.
The moment where you're embracing the crowd as they're chanting your name, what was that like for you? What was going through your head?
Chills. I can watch stuff on TV with Hall of Famers and stuff like that, but having it happen to you, it can't even explain the feeling. It's an awesome feeling, but I'm more so happy that we ended on a good note, just to make the try the postseason.
I was going to say, looking ahead as a team that's more than likely a top 8 seed, obviously you run another team that's a top 8 seed here. How would you compare those two teams?
I'd say there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
I'd say talent level, it's through the roof compared to 2 years ago. But I think just the main thing is just not looking too far ahead. I think one great thing that we did 2 years ago is that we play day to day, we play pitch to pitch. That's something that we talk about every single day, but you can talk about it and do it. Yeah. So we just have to make sure we go out there and do it.
When they first approached you about doing the first base coaching thing, what was that conversation like? And is it something that you embraced, were confused by? What was kind of the emotion?
Mike called me in to his room at Ole Miss and just asked me if it was up for the job. I'm like, any way I could help out, heck yeah. And something that they've talked about before, and it was kind of it was a little bit different at first, but I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit better, trying to have that, that coach's pose, trying to master that. But yeah, anyway, like I said, any way I can help, I'm more than happy to do that.
Did he tell you to give the hat tip to the 203?
Every time. If it's not working, there's a couple times where I do the tat or the hat tip. Sometimes I just have to do the little nod. We scored 6, so I'm like, all right, we do it again. Yeah, 12 man's awesome.
What initially brought you to A&M, and what does being an Aggie mean to you?
I didn't have any parents, or my parents didn't go to A&M. The only people that went to A&M was my aunt, uncle, and some cousins. And whenever I came to a camp the first time, it wasn't even, the place itself is amazing, but it's just kind of what it stands for. We have our core values relics written on the side of the wall right here, but I think I would take that over any other program. I know I haven't been at any other program, but I don't need to understand that what we have is real. So I say just the core values and the morals of this university and this program, and that's what initially brought me here.
I know the season probably hasn't gone all the ways that you would like it to, but with this ending, does that kind of make it all okay a little bit?
Yeah. Even no matter how it ends, I know my worth is in something else that's higher than me. My identity is not in baseball. I get to glorify his name in baseball, and so it's what I love to do. So, no matter what the result is, I get to be with the guys, I get to be with the coaches, and that's all enough for me.
Was it hard to ignore the situation in front of you where you got into the plate, you didn't have a whole lot of practice swings, and you could end the game like that? Was it hard to keep that from speeding you up a little bit?
Yeah, that elephant in the room was pretty huge, but I just didn't make the moment as big as it was. I still had to work pitch to pitch, still had to see pitches, and just get the job done. That's what I did.
What do you remember from the dog pile? Did you remember anything said, or was it just a blur?
It's still a blur, but the smiles and the hugs just from everybody, I'll always remember that.
Going into postseason now, just what's the mentality of this team?
Same thing. Nothing changes. There's no rising to the occasion of postseason baseball. We just do what we do, and if we find a little rough patch, well, we just work through it. There's no secret success, no secret recipe to success. Just got to work, and that's what we're all about.